Life is full of risky situations. Sometimes we have to put ourselves in these situations for purposes of work or research. Other times, it's because the thrill of danger adds an element of fun to an experience. We do these things with the knowledge that if something goes wrong, we risk serious injury or possibly even death. From nearly being crushed by a tipping iceberg to surviving a terrifying helicopter crash landing, here are 5 scary close calls and near misses that were caught on camera. Before we begin though, be sure to subscribe to Underworld for more videos just like this. Mike Horn is regarded as one of the world's greatest modern-day explorers. He has done everything from swimming the Amazon River solo and unsupported to circumnavigating the globe at the equator without the use of motorized vehicles of any sort. He is no amateur when it comes to dangerous situations. But on this calm August day, nobody expected what was about to happen. On this day, Mike was conducting research around the area of Svalbard in the country of Norway when he encountered a small iceberg. He and another man decided to go out to the floating island of ice and get a closer look. Once out there, he and his friend took it a step further by pulling up alongside the iceberg and climbing out onto it. At first, everything was going great. But, of course, things quickly took a turn for the worse.
Marche arrière.
Et là, le glaçon aussi.
Ah bah non, il s'en fout du fond.
C'est ce qu'il va me dire.
Bon bah à l'année prochaine. Ciao.
Oh, attention, Mike!
Oh putain! Oh putain! Merde, vite! Vite, vite! Retourne dedans! Retourne dedans!
C'est bon. Un bout.
Vite, vite! Allez!
As they began to climb towards the top, the ice beneath them started to move. It quickly became evident that the iceberg was already top-heavy, and they had just made it worse. In under a minute, it began to flip with the explorers still clinging on. One of them was able to jump off, while the other escaped within inches of being dragged under by the massive chunk of ice. Although shaken and cold, both men survived without serious injuries. We all know that pictures can speak 1,000 words. They can immortalize a single moment in time. Photographers are constantly looking for these moments to capture, everything from nature and landscapes to people and current events. Taking the perfect picture can change the way humans perceive things. So, photographers will sometimes go to incredible lengths to capture these moments, even if it means putting their own life at risk. That's what brings us to this next video. On a sunny January day along the rocky shores of Honolulu, Hawaii, a man was out and about filming the rough seas as they crashed against the cliffs. Wave after wave came in, breaking on the rocks and sending huge walls of water nearly 100 feet into the air. As he recorded, though, he took a closer look at the rocks and realized that he wasn't the only photographer out there that day.
Okay, there's somebody on the wall. Oh my god, bro. What the are these people doing? What the is this guy doing? Dude, what the hell is this guy doing? Oh my god, bro, like, bro, how freaking is this guy right here? Holy crap.
Far in the distance, he saw a man standing on the edge of the rocks, taking pictures of the water as it crashed up over him. Throughout the whole video, you can hear the concern in the cameraman's voice with each dangerous swell that passed. Should the man have lost his balance or been swept into the water by the wave, it surely would have cost him his life. Miraculously, he escaped uninjured. Hopefully, the photographs were worth the risk. Being a helicopter pilot requires a level of skill that few people possess. Not only is the flying style completely different than that of an airplane, but should something go wrong and the blades stop spinning, there's little one can do to land safely. In this particular video, a group of friends had been out hunting wild hogs in an open field in Austin, Texas on January 9th of this year. After finishing for the day, the group loaded up into the helicopter that they had hired out. About 45 seconds into the flight, an alarm went off, and the helicopter jolted to the left. It was obvious that something was going horribly wrong. The helicopter then began to rapidly descend, eventually crashing into the ground below. Miraculously, nobody was injured.
Good.
All right, cool.
Watch prop.
Jump out? It's all right.
Just wait.
Well, hold on. Stay where you are.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Wait till stuff quits moving. You
Yep.
good?
I'm good.
Okay.
Y'all good?
Yes,
Yep.
sir. I'm good.
What really makes this video stand out is how calm the pilot remained in order to keep his passengers calm as well. After checking to make sure everyone was okay, the pilot casually said, "Sorry about that, boys," as if it were just a little setback in their plans. Although the helicopter took some pretty bad damage, no one in the aircraft was hurt. According to the pilot after the crash, this was the third takeoff of the day. At around 120 feet in the air, the engine sputtered just a bit before completely losing power. Thanks to some quick thinking, they were able to avoid a roadway covered with power lines. As we said before, photography can be beautiful yet dangerous. This is especially true when it comes to photographing some of nature's most incredible events. Some photographers chase storms, looking for the perfect angles for lightning strikes or tornadoes. Others may travel to jungles to photograph some of the world's most dangerous animals. On August 26, 2021, a photographer found himself in one of the most volcanically active places in the world, Iceland. I'd like to apologize for my pronunciation if there's any mistakes with it. On this day, the Fagradalsfjall Geldingadalur volcano was erupting and spewing massive amounts of lava. This particular photographer found a great place to film a fast-moving volcanic flow and positioned himself just right. Or so he thought.
It's a typisk closest. Sound like, oh!
As he filmed the lava flowing down the valley, a sudden gush appears from just off screen. A new flow had broken off and splashed only a few feet from where he was standing. It was a very close call. If some had landed on him, it could have meant certain death. Luckily, that was not the case this day. Cliff jumping can be a heart-pumping activity, but it can also be an extremely dangerous one. It really just depends where you decide to jump. One prominent influencer in this space is a man known online as 8Booth. He has made a name for himself by recording first-person videos while performing death-defying leaps off buildings and cliffs. But on this one occasion, fate almost caught up with him. This video was shot in the area of El Morro, Crystal Cove, California. It starts off with 8Booth on a hike, traversing a rocky hill. As he continued, he found himself on the wrong side of a fence next to a building. Eventually, he ended up at the top of a cliff with a beautiful view of the ocean and the rocky Californian shores all around him. Slowly, he lowered himself to a good jumping point and took the leap. Almost immediately, 8Booth knew he had made a huge mistake. Hidden from him at the top of the cliff was a rocky outcropping at the bottom, and he was headed right for it. Luckily for him, the water just past the rocks was deep. His body position in the air allowed him to hit the water with his back only scraping up against the rocks. He described the impact as a flash, a really weird feeling in my back, and struggling. I thought I broke my back, so I tried wriggling my toes. Fortunately, it was only a scrape. Nothing was broken and no permanent damage was done. One thing's for sure though, he won't be back to that cliff. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more just like it, be sure to click the link on screen now. Also, if you're new here, then subscribe to Underworld to never miss an upload. With that, thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.